Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today, I'm happy to let you know that cryptocurrencies are looking very bullish after the big news that we got recently. And I'm going to be talking about that, why that matters, why that kind of creates a shift in the path of cryptocurrencies towards the upside, I believe. And I think that we hit a point now where the technicals were aligned. We got great news, and I think that we're ready to go back towards all-time highs. If we take a look at the charts, and I'll talk about this in more detail during our technical analysis section, but it becomes pretty clear that we kind of hit a rock bottom, and it looks like we're ready to move higher from there. So that's just my personal opinion. I'll be talking about that in more detail, but don't consider that financial advice. And over the past 24 hours, cryptos have been holding up well. We got a nice gradual increase higher, and the reason I say that is because over the last couple days we saw very manipulative price action, right? We were getting huge spikes, huge drops, and if we weren't getting one of those two things, we were getting very flat price action for hours on end. So I like the fact that this is a nice, healthy, gradual increase instead of some kind of big jump or spike that then comes crashing back down later. So, good bullish action across the market here. Crypto steadily moving higher. The cryptocurrencies that were added to Coinbase, which is the big news that I was talking about, you probably heard about this because this is news from 2 days ago, but I really wanted to talk about why this is so important. And first off, for those who don't know, Coinbase is looking to add 5 new cryptocurrencies. Those cryptocurrencies being Cardano, Basic Attention Token, Stellar Lumens, Zcash, and Zero X, sorry. Now, the reason I think that this is already a good sign because they're actually adding good cryptocurrencies, right? There's many exchanges out there who add a ton of altcoins, but there's a lot of bad projects. These are actually all very good projects in my opinion, and some that I was even, holding off on investing just because Bitcoin wasn't doing well, for example. So, if these are going to have USD trading pairs, which we're not sure of just yet, that's going to be huge because it's going to remove from the Bitcoin it's going to remove dependence from Bitcoin's price action, right? So we don't have to rely on Bitcoin doing well necessarily for these cryptocurrencies to do well if they have USD trading pairs. We don't have a ton of information about when exactly they'll be added or what trading pair stuff like that, like I said, but they're definitely looking into doing that, and some will be added quicker than others depending on their technology, right? If they're ERC20 tokens and such. But this shows that Coinbase is finally looking to add new projects, new cryptocurrencies. They seem to be adding good projects, obviously, and this is going to create, a ripple effect across the market where we're going to see other exchanges, try to compete more with Coinbase, and that's also going to remove centralization, which is great. We were really waiting for Coinbase to start adding altcoins, and it's finally happening, right? So this is definitely a pretty monumental shift in cryptocurrencies. Now, let's go ahead and jump into the technical analysis. Right before I do that, don't forget to check out my Twitter. Make sure to follow me there for live cryptocurrency market updates. Link to that in the description of this video. And let's get started with the technical analysis. So starting off with Bitcoin, we got a very nice bounce here off our $6,000 support level. And that actually creates two things. One, a higher low compared to the low back here. And we also have, a double bottom, right, where we basically bounced twice near the $6,000 area and we're moving higher from there, right? That's a very bullish signal, and it's not the clearest on the Bitcoin chart, but you'll see it very well on other cryptocurrency charts, how we really did get a double bottom here. And now if I go ahead and zoom out, right, and we look at what's been happening over the past few months, it looks like we finally hit this rock bottom at $6,000, and that was a previous pretty important support level already. But really, what it looks like here is we got that combination of good news with the technicals that were finally set up right, and now we're actually starting to see a lot of bullish signs pop up, right? We have a huge bullish divergence on the MACD compared to the price. That usually leads to, some kind of reversal in the relative near future. And I think that what we're going to start seeing, right, is just slowly but surely cryptocurrencies moving back up higher. In this case, Bitcoin going back towards $10,000, then starting to slowly but surely move back, towards that all-time high area, and then that will create a nice little U-shaped recovery over time. It's not going to happen overnight, but it could happen, pretty quickly, right? This is big news, and I think that this will finally create, more traction and more momentum in the crypto market to move higher. So probably going to take, a few weeks to even a few months for us to really recover properly, but I think that we can get a nice run up towards the end of the year here, and we might see a similar move towards what we saw last year, right, back in December, where we saw a huge amount of bullish crypto momentum. And I think that this could be pretty similar this time around, where the end of the year actually ends up being very good for cryptocurrencies. Now, we also got a great bounce that was in line with the bounce of the price on the indicators, and that was, kind of perfect timing, right? Especially on the MACD here. That is finally uptrending, and we got that confirmation with the bounce. Same thing on the MACD and histogram. Let's go ahead, take a look at Ethereum next, see what's going on. So Ethereum, of course, has a little bit of a different set of conditions than Bitcoin, but looking great nonetheless. And it also got that very clear double bottom with a higher low formation. And we're steady on the uptrends, moving it higher. What I like about Ethereum's chart is we managed to, just at the last minute, get back in our symmetrical triangle formation. And this allows us to finally get the opportunity to break out of that towards the upside, kind of at the last minute. And from there, start moving higher towards $500. Once we move above that, it'll allow us to really start pushing back towards $700. So we also have a slight uptrend going on the Bollinger Bands, which is always a very good sign. And once again, if we zoom out, we see that we kind of hit this low. We even have a slight uptrend going on now, and we can, over time here, over the next few weeks, really start climbing back up higher. Let's go ahead, take a look at Litecoin next, see what's going on. So Litecoin has, one of the clearest, double bottom formations out there right now. So if we take a look, got a very clear double bounce at $75. Once again, having a slight higher low, which is important. And if we take a look at the indicators, uptrend is remaining. We are still in a pretty tight range as far as the Bollinger Bands are concerned, but we do have, a lot of upside here till the next big resistance level, which would be $100. So I think that we might actually start to see Litecoin really start to pick up the momentum here pretty quickly within the next week or two. And then as soon as we get back above $100, it'll just be a matter of getting through a couple more support levels. Once that happens, resistance levels, once we're able to get back above those, right, it'll really open up the path to start moving back towards $200, $300, etc. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be Ripple. I'm going to skip Nano here, unfortunately, just because I'm kind of traveling and the internet connection isn't great. So I want to try to get this out as quickly as possible for all of you. And let's go ahead and take a look at what Ripple is doing. Taking a look at the Ripple chart, we can see that we also got that double bottom with the higher low, and we got a nice bounce on the indicators as well, really exactly where we needed it at support. So those are continuing to uptrend as well, and we still have that resistance at 50 cents, which is in line with our upper Bollinger Band. As soon as we get a breakout above that, that's when we can really expect, more momentum. But I think that we're gonna, head towards a test of that, and probably gonna be able to break out within the next 2 weeks here. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be NEO, and see what's going on. NEO is still acting a little bit slow here, facing its last bit of resistance near its middle band and its downtrend line, which is normal. We're kind of just waiting for that nice break higher, but we got a very nice bounce on the indicators after that sharp drop. And at this point, I think that as soon as we're able to get out of this downtrend line, which we're already starting to do as we speak, we'll be able to get that move back towards $43, move above that, and start moving towards $50 and higher again. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, next up we got EOS here. EOS was one of the cryptocurrencies that was possibly going to be added to Coinbase, based on rumors. That didn't happen to be true this time around, but it's not acting weak. It's actually looking pretty good here. Finally got some stabilization. Now got a nice green candlestick trying to break out of this initial downtrend line here. As soon as that happens, it'll allow us to move back into a higher range towards 13,000 Satoshis, and then hopefully break out of this second downtrend line over here, right? Indicators also recovering. Let's go ahead, take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Stellar Lumens. This is one of the cryptos that's probably going to be added to Coinbase, and it might even be one of the first ones to be added to Coinbase. So if we go ahead and take a look at the chart, it's been bullish nonstop since the news. We got huge green candlesticks now breaking above 3,500 Satoshis, so really huge reversal here. Nice U-shaped bounce on the indicators, also going up non-stop. Looks like we might even be able to get back into our symmetrical triangle formation, and if we do, right, that'll give us even more of a signal that we're going to be able to move towards the end of that at the very least, which is at, let's see, as of right now, it's at around 4,000 Satoshis. So I think that the path now is going to be very bullish for Stellar, and I think that we're going to be ready to make new all-time highs relatively soon here within the next month or two. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next cryptocurrency, which is going to be, we're now going to take a look at Lisk, which has been looking good here. A little bit on the slower side as well. It just has some resistance from its downtrend line, but we have started to get a bit of a reversal, and we still have a slight downtrend on the Bollinger Bands, but the indicators, right, got a very nice bounce here. So those are uptrending, and I think that it's just a matter of time here. We just need to get a little bit more stabilization, and as soon as we get out of this downtrend line in this middle band, we'll be ready to move towards $6.24 and even higher. You know, basically getting that climb to $10. Once that happens, that's really gonna confirm that we're ready to move back towards the all-time highs, I think, and you know, leaves quite a bit of upside potential. So that's interesting not only for Lisk, but a lot of other cryptocurrencies out there. We're now going to take a look at Cardano, which has also been pretty much going up non-stop since the news that Coinbase was looking to add it. Great double bounce here, in line with our uptrend line and our support levels, also putting in a higher low. The indicators have also held up very well here, even moving higher from the initial bounce area, and that's actually a bit of a divergence compared to the price, right? The RSI actually broke above the previous high. The price hasn't done so yet, but I think it'll be doing it very soon. We even have our Bollinger Bands, which are starting to uptrend, which is always a great sign, and I think that, you know, within the matter of the next 2 weeks, we'll be moving towards 2,500 Satoshis and above, and really, I think that we're also going to be ready to test all-time highs here within this year. And like I said, that might take some time, but within 2018, I think that we might be ready to get at least back towards the all-time highs, near the all-time highs this year. So I think we're looking good here on the Cardano chart. Last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update is going to be Iota, which is still in a symmetrical triangle formation, so holding up better than other cryptocurrencies. Got that nice bounce. And now I think that we're going to be ready to test that downtrend line very soon here within the next few days, and get that break above that, and start moving higher towards back towards $2 basically, right? And that can happen pretty quickly over the next month or so. With that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.